Hello everybody. Today I'm going to take a quick look at this game right here. A little box opening of Raiders of the Deep. U-Boats of the Great War, 1914 to 1918. This is by Compass Games. So a solitaire game. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. Alright, so there's Raiders of the Deep, U-Boats of the Great War, 1914 to 1918. This is put out by Compass Games. And it's a 2-inch box. Looks like a 2-inch box. Oh, 2¼ inch box. So a little larger. On the back here we have our U-boat play sheet here, which is you get a number of these for each U-boat that you want to operate, and you keep track of everything that happens to it on this sheet. Some of our counters here. So you're basically in command of a U-boat during World War I, and the idea is to sink as many ships as possible. So designer is Ian B. Cooper, and the components are 1 counter sheet, 10 U-boat display maps, which are these right here, 7 player aid cards, a lot of player aid cards, combat display map, 8 U-boat commandant card tiles, 1 rule booklet, 1 German U-boat and target roster booklet, 1 patrol log sheet, and 5 dice. Complexity is medium. Time is about 3 to 4 days per travel box when on patrol. Map scale is abstract, so you can't really tell. Unit scale, individual ships, aircraft, and specific crew members. Number of players 1 with the option for 2 or more. Suitability for solitaire is very high. It's made as a solitaire game. So this is the start of the U-boat solitaire games, like the Hunter, the Hunted, Beneath the Med. All of them sort of follow the same design here. So nice thick box here, and the box has a nice little texture on it too. So here's our die. We have a 20-sided die, 2 10s, and 2 6s here. So obviously going to be using those for different things. Bag full of baggies. We have Raiders of the Deep rules of play here. So let's take a look at that a little bit aside here. And you can see that we have introduction, how to play the game, game equipment. Goes through U-boat damage, historical briefs. Optional rules start at page 20. So you're looking at 20 pages of rules here. And we also have multiplayer rules here, which is basically the page, half of page 20. So how to play the game. And a lot of visuals here on this page. So not intense reading, but a fair amount. 20 is about average for most war games that I've found. There's your target sheet. U-boat damage. Showing you how to track everything. Patrols. How to do the patrols. And then it looks like we have decorations here. Campaign progressions. Campaign progression, I should say. Historical briefs. Talks a little bit about the U-boat commanders there. Bibliography and game playing tips here. And then we have all of our counters here on this page, which is kind of nice to have that so you know exactly what you should have in here. So next thing we have is Raiders of the Deep, U-boat and target roster. So this is quite an extensive booklet on the target rosters and what you're going to be shooting at, and the die rolls that you're going to get for this. These are 10-sided dice here, and what is available depending on the type and the date. Ship to target roster here. Fighter target roster. Then we have small freighter target roster. Same way over here. Large freighter target roster. Small freighter target roster, again 1916. So these were 1915. So each year has a different group of targets. 1917 target roster. And freighter small. And these ones were small also. Oh, a lot of small there. Large for 1917. And then 1918 small freighter targets. And they have months too. So it tries to keep it historically correct, I'm assuming. So that is our 32-page target roster. So it looks like you're going to be doing some page turning for this. And we have Raiders of the Deep patrol log here. So you can see that we have all of our logs, quite a number of them, and you can make copies of them too. But there's a lot of them here. I doubt if I'll ever go through all of these, to be honest with you. But yeah, keep a log of all the way from August 1914 to November 1918. These are all of our different types of U-boats, and you can see that we have a good variety of them to select. Even a nice small one there. They look small. And as you can see, like when we compare the small one to the larger one, you can see that there's different amounts of damage, different amount of firepower it has, and where it can go. Same way here. So we have a fair amount of those. Back here, so there's 10 U-boat display maps, but there's one on each side. So you're looking at 20 display maps. They're nice thick cardboard with a glossy printing. So they should hold up rather nice. German commander name charts there. Austro-Hungary commander name charts. German U-boat patrol assignments chart. And then random event chart. Encounter chart. An encounter chart on the back there too. And here's another encounter chart for the dates. So this is 1916 to 17. Mines, aircraft, encounter charts. So we have a lot of other things to watch out for in the sea. U-boat offensive combat charts. So a lot of charts here, which I think would take up a lot of space on your table there. I'm not sure how many charts you'd have to use each time. German pre- and post-war carrier chart. And German commander final fate chart. Post-war career chart for Austria-Hungary. Let's see. Commander chart. And U-boat combat mat here. So when you attack a target, depending on how much damage it takes, you start out there and you fire torpedoes at it. And then Raiders of the Deep official errata as of 22 July 2021. That's just one sheet there. So that's all of our player aid charts. And the last thing we have is we have our counters, and we have some cards here, which are commander cards. And it looks like, yeah, they're going to be falling out pretty easy here. Okay, so you can see why it was in the plastic, because these cards just they just fell right out. So these are our commandant cards of the different commanders. There's 8 of them and 2-sided. And then here we have all of our counters that are used on the submarine charts to keep track of everything. So this is different types of subs, different types of ships that we will be firing at, and it has different tonnage. Our different torpedoes, damage counters, killed in action. And it looks like we have our different commanders here, commandants for the U-boats, and some awards here. So that was my quick box opening of Raiders of the Deep U-boats of the Great War, 1914 to 1918. Looks like it's going to be a really enjoyable solitaire game. We'll check it out very soon. If you like what I'm doing here, please do like and subscribe. That helps the channel out quite a bit. Hopefully you'll be around for my next box opening or playthrough, whichever comes first. Thanks for watching this one. So long.